Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff keeps it straight honest about firing coach and hiring biomechanics expert. Coco Gauff says she did not want to waste time continuing with something that evidently wasn't working anymore, and that's why she decided to abruptly fire coach Matt Daly and add biomechanics expert Gavin McMillan to her team. Since going all the way at the French Open, the American has gone just 4-4, including a disappointing Wimbledon first-round exit. And poor serving and double fault issues have played a major part in the world number 2 struggles. After blasting 16 double faults during her Cincinnati round of 16 loss to Jasmine Paolini, Gauff was spotted practicing at the U.S. Open without Daly on the court. But there was McMillan, the same biomechanics coach who famously fixed Aryna Sabalenka's serving woes in 2022 and changed her career for the better. To no one's surprise, the American tennis star was instantly asked to address her move in a pre-tournament presser. And she pretty much said that she didn't want to wait for the offseason, but that her goal was to fix her issues as soon as possible. Gauff, I didn't want to waste time continuing with the wrong things. It was a very sudden decision. I felt this was a good opportunity. I don't have that many points to defend honestly in this part of the season. I'm one of those people. I'm looking at long term. I hope I can get it all together. I think I'll play either Monday or Tuesday by then. If not, I have the rest of this year to work on it. But I do know I needed to make a change, technical change to it, and I don't want to waste time continuing doing the wrong things, the 21-year-old explained. Judging by Gauff's words, she probably won't put too much pressure or expectation on herself in the upcoming period, since she is aware that her serve cannot be fixed overnight. However, that doesn't mean that she won't want to do well at the U.S. Open. In any case, it will be very interesting to see if Gauff makes some changes to her serve already at the U.S. Open and how it will all look. The home star plays against Ajla Tomiljanovic in the first round. Coco Gauff, taking the serve by the horns. Word count estimate: 1. 800 words. 1. A serve in distress, the prelude to change. In 2025, Coco Gauff stood as both triumphant and troubled. After claiming the French Open, her second Grand Slam title, expectations soared. But beneath the sheen of that victory lurked a nagging issue: her serve. It was not just slipping, it was failing her in glaring ways. Throughout the season, Gauff amassed an eye-watering 320 double faults, the highest on the WTA Tour, and over 100 more than her nearest competitor. New York Post. Reuters. Her serve woes weren't limited to statistics. Matches evaporated under the weight of missed first serves, early exits piled up, a first-round Wimbledon loss, struggles at the Canadian Open and Cincinnati, and a growing pattern of inconsistency. The Guardian. Reuters. Even her title defense at the 2024 U.S. Open collapsed amid 19 double faults in the fourth round. New York Post. WPBF. The inner drive of Gauff, her obsession with process, progress, and excellence, clashed with the reality of repeated errors. She was clear about her frustration. I needed to make a change, a technical change, and I don't want to waste time continuing doing the wrong things. New York Post. WPBF. 2. The sudden split, when timing cuts deepest. Just days before the 2025 U.S. Open, Coco Gauff pulled the trigger. She parted ways with coach Matthew Daly, a grip specialist credited for a strong late 2024 surge, including wins at the China Open, the WTA Finals, and capturing the French Open in May. The Guardian. Tennis 365. Last word on sports. The split wasn't idle gossip. It was lightning fast and public. Daly confirmed the change, offering, "Only have good things to say about Coco. Enjoyed working with her." Tennis 365. It was an abrupt yet honest pivot. This break came as a shock. As ISBN analyst Patrick McEnroe mused, making such a change on the eve of a Grand Slam is almost unthinkable for a top player, yet so emblematic of Gauff's determination to get better. Reuters. 3. Enter Gavin McMillan, the biomechanics whisperer. In its stead, Gauff brought in a new kind of coach. Gavin McMillan, a biomechanics expert celebrated for restoring Aryna Sabalenka's serve in 2022. The Guardian. Sportskeeda. Dubbed the Serve Doctor, McMillan employed data-driven insights in body mechanics, joint angles, soft tissue, video analysis, and motion timing to overhaul one of the sport's most vulnerable weapons. Last word on sports. PFSN. Sabalenka's trajectory after working with McMillan speaks volumes: reduced double faults, regained rhythm, and multiple Grand Slam titles, including the 2024 U.S. Open. Sportskeeda. Fox Sports. For Gauff, implementing his guidance meant challenging muscle memory baked into her since childhood, a shift so fundamental it required a reprogramming, as legendary coach Rick Matchy described. Tennis 365. PFSN. 4. Candid Reflections. Gauff speaks her mind. Gauff was refreshingly transparent. At her U.S. Open Media Day, she addressed the coaching shuffle with surprising composure. It was a very sudden decision. Gavin became available, and I just felt this is the best decision for my game. I had to go with what I was feeling. SI. She acknowledged the legacy and warmth of her prior relationship with Daly, yet prioritized long-term technical improvement above comfort or habit. SI. Such honesty, not hiding behind cliches, reveals the maturity of a 21-year-old redefining her career trajectory with ruthless precision. She said of her obsession, "I just want to get better. I'm obsessed with the process of getting better. Sometimes maybe it hurts because I get obsessed with it too much." New York Post. WPBF. This self-awareness enriches the narrative. 5. High stakes in New York: risk, reward, and legacy. The U.S. Open loomed large, both a test and a crucible. Gauff showed up ready to make the long game her priority. She acknowledged possible short-term turbulence in New York. "If not by Monday or Tuesday, I have the rest of this year to work on it." New York Post. But the gamble wasn't empty bravado. Rick Matchy already sensed improvement in her serve even during exhibition sessions. New York Post. And analysts like McEnroe admired Gauff's willingness to make bold moves in pursuit of technical excellence. Reuters. At its core, this moment wasn't about Sahel's success or a fluke. It was about shaping a legacy. Gauff insisted that she could play fine, continuing the status quo, but she refused to waste time playing less than what she envisions herself to be. New York Post. 6. Craft meets courage, creative framing. In tennis, the serve is poetry in motion, but when mechanics falter, the musical flow becomes abrasive. Gauff, a poet with a racket, sensed dissonance and chose to rewrite the score midstream. The decision to let go of a trusted coach and embrace an expert in biomechanics is more than tactical, it's philosophical. She's not just tweaking mechanics, she's dismantling existing narratives of who she is as a player, reassembling herself with scientific precision. This creative act, reshaping identity through disciplined change, is rare in elite sport. Imagine the moment, a young athlete, standing at the precipice of a Grand Slam, deciding to fundamentally alter her technique. That is a leap of faith, equal parts vulnerability and vision. It resonates with artists repainting their masterpieces under pressure, an act born from both urgency and confidence. 7. What comes next? As Gauff wades into New York's intense atmosphere with a new biomechanical attachment, the horizon is rich with possibility. If this recalibration succeeds, she may unlock new levels of consistency and power, potentially redefining elite performance standards. Even if results lag initially, the groundwork is being laid for long-term evolution. Few have the courage or clarity to air their flaws publicly and seek radical solutions in the spotlight. In summary, Gauff fired Matt Daly just before the 2025 U.S. Open, prompted by persistent serve issues marked by a staggering 320 double faults. The Guardian, Reuters, New York Post. She hired biomechanics expert Gavin McMillan, renowned for fixing Aryna Sabalenka's serve, to diagnose and rebuild her motion. New York Post. Sportskeeda. Last word on sports. Gauff's candid reflection, owning the sudden move, respect for her former coach, and ambition, illustrates a profound athlete identity at work. SI. New York Post. Critics and analysts recognized both the risk and the necessity of this technical leap, labeling it potentially transformative.